I've included specific questions you can ask your teacher so that you know exactly how to improve in your next assessment. If you've received a result in an assessment you're disappointed with, the first thing you should do is follow up with your teacher. This will help you to clarify any questions around why you received the mark that you did. It's absolutely understandable to feel disheartened if your score is lower than what you were expecting or hoping for. Don't worry, I've absolutely been there too. But taking the initiative to chat with your teacher and determine exactly where you could have improved will ensure that you're in the best position possible to improve your result next time. Here are some questions to help you initiate this conversation with your teacher. You could ask them questions like, "Hi, I have some things I'd like to clarify about my assessment to help me do better next time. Are you available for a chat? I've read your feedback on my last assessment and I have a few questions. Can I please discuss these with you when you have the time? My result for the most recent assessment was lower than I was hoping. Could I please schedule a conversation with you to clarify what I can improve on for next time?" Once you've actually chatted to your teacher about your results, it's important to revise the areas where you lost marks. In addition to your teacher's feedback, self-evaluation is a great tool to help you understand exactly what you need to revise. Ask yourself these questions. How confident did I feel with the content on the day of the assessment? Were there any specific areas where my confidence was lacking or my understanding was not as strong? What weaknesses were there in my study approach? Were there any factors on the day, like stress, that may have contributed to my performance in the assessment? By evaluating your responses to these questions, you should be able to pinpoint exactly what you want to revise for next time. It might be adjusting your study approach, developing strategies on how to cope with an assessment situations, or expanding your knowledge on a certain topic. Now, we've talked a lot about your weaknesses, but at the same time, it's also important that we talk about your strengths too, because yes, you absolutely still have strengths. It's important that we don't just forget about them, because on the flip side, even though your assessment results weren't as good as you wanted to, there were probably certain things, certain strengths that you did in your study approach, in the actual assessment on the day, in the content knowledge that you revised that actually did go well. So ask yourself questions like this. What areas of content did I score marks for? What strengths were there in my study approach? What elements of how I went on the day were positive? When you consider these questions, it actually gives you a blueprint for you to replicate for next time. This can help to ensure that you actually maintain your strengths while you're working on some of those areas of weaknesses. And I know this was a mistake of mine. It can be really easy to hone in on the areas of weaknesses and just feel like there's just so much more for you to actually do. And maybe sometimes you might feel like a failure even if we go a little bit more dramatic. But you know, I don't think it's actually that dramatic, because sometimes we do feel like that. So to actually encapsulate the bigger picture and go, yeah, well, there are some things that I didn't do well, but hey, recognizing that there are things that you did well as well can help to boost your confidence going to the next assessment, because you know, mindset is so important on the day of and days leading to, so that you're studying in the positive mindset, but it also can ensure that it keeps your motivation up as well, so that you're putting in the practice in the lead up to your assessment, and so that on the day you're fully charged, ready to go. And so leading on from this, another big message here is actually look forwards rather than just dwelling on a disappointing result. You know, one result may feel like it's the absolute end of the world, and that, you know, I get so many questions where it's like, I didn't do as well in this SAC. Does this mean that I can't achieve my certain study score that I want? I'm screwed for the rest of the year. I may as well just give up on this subject and focus on another subject. Trust me, I have also been there too, so I totally get it. But I can assure you that there are so many factors that go into your end score, and for you not just to give up because of one bad score. If you are scared about this one assessment impacting your overall study score, then I've actually got a video on this where I go into detail. So I'll drop that there for you to have a look, and hopefully you can feel reassured after watching it that this is a long-term gain. And by taking in some of the tips I gave you today about reflecting on both your strengths and weaknesses, creating a blueprint for your future assessments, and keeping up that confidence and motivation, that's how you're really going to be able to look after yourself throughout this period of time. Now, if you have gotten a disappointing result and you're just really not sure what to do next, you've already asked your teacher for advice, you've already done all the study guide research and looked up forums online, then perhaps it might be worth the investment of getting a tutor to help you. This way you get dedicated, personalized support outside of class for the exact challenges that you're facing. And at LSG, we do both private tutoring and we do classes as well. And this is where you get access to a high achiever, someone who's achieved a study score of 45 and above in English to support you, someone who's already been there and done that and knows exactly what you're going through. Both these options come with heaps of resources and inclusions that will help you unlock your potential and start achieving the marks you're after. All of our tutors scored in the top 4% of their cohort and have gone through a rigorous vetting process, so you can be confident that you're learning from the best. For more on private tutoring or classes and seeing which one's the right fit for you, check out the link above. There's no two ways about it. Getting a score that is lower than what you wanted absolutely sucks, and it's okay for you to feel that way. But let's now start focusing on areas of improvement so that you can pick yourself back up and push on ahead into the future. So if you stayed all the way until the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. I really love for you to comment the word improvement so that we know and we both agree that we're going to focus on the areas of improvement, and so that I know you've actually watched this video all the way until the very end. Best of luck for your next assessment, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!